You are told to take care of your heart, to watch your blood pressure, to mind your cholesterol, to stretch your joints, keep moving, eat right. You did everything they said, followed the rules, tried to stay ahead of the aging curve. But there's one part of your body they never really warned you about. The part that rarely comes up in checkups. The part no one wants to mention in polite conversation. Your prostate, that small, quiet gland, tucked away like a secret, ignored for decades. Until one day, it begins to change everything. Your sleep gets interrupted, your bathroom visits multiply, your stream weakens, and the part no one talks about, your confidence starts slipping, quietly but steadily. But here's the truth no one told you. You are not alone. This is more common than you think, and it's not your fault. The good news? You can take back control. Today, we break the silence. We bring this into the light, because when you understand your prostate, you understand how to protect your freedom, your dignity, and your life. Number 1. Most men believe prostate problems start after 60. They assume it's an old man's issue, something to worry about later, when the kids are grown, when retirement kicks in, when the mirror finally shows the years. But here's what they were never told. Prostate changes often begin much earlier. In your late 30s, sometimes even in your early 40s, and in some cases, even before that. You won't feel anything at first. No pain, no warning light, just small, invisible shifts deep inside your body. Testosterone begins to decline slowly but steadily. And meanwhile, another hormone called DHT starts to rise, more potent, more aggressive. And DHT has one key effect. It signals your prostate to grow, not in a healthy way, but in a way that tightens, swells, and starts crowding your urinary flow. Now add years of silent inflammation from processed foods, alcohol, stress, lack of fiber, and poor sleep. And that tiny gland, about the size of a walnut, can become your biggest problem. The real shock? By the time you feel the urgency, the weak stream, the interrupted sleep, the damage has already been slowly unfolding for 10, 15, even 20 years. It's like a leaky pipe behind the wall. By the time the water stains appear, the inside's already rotting. But here's the truth that brings power. Once you know this, you can do something about it. You can choose to support your prostate now. Not when it's too late, not when the pills pile up, but when it still makes a difference. Because the sooner you take care of your prostate, the longer it takes care of you. In second place, they'll tell you it's just part of getting older. That a weaker stream, that sudden urgency, that dragging yourself out of bed 2, 3, even 4 times a night is just normal. As if it's some rite of passage. As if this is just what men have to accept. Like thinning hair or a few extra pounds. But let me ask you something. If your back ached every day, would you call that normal? If your vision started fading or your chest felt tight, would you just shrug and say, that's aging? Of course not. You'd pay attention. You'd know your body was sending you a signal. So why do we ignore this part? Why do we let the most private warning signs go unnoticed? Or worse, untreated? Here's the truth most men never hear. Frequent bathroom visits, weak flow, interrupted sleep. That's not just normal. It's your body trying to tell you something. Something important, something urgent. It could be swelling inside your prostate, quiet inflammation, hormonal imbalance, a system that's struggling one night at a time. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a quality of life issue. It's your energy, your confidence, your sense of control. And the good news? You're not powerless. There are things you can do, natural things, nutritional support, lifestyle changes. The right knowledge, at the right time, can make all the difference. So don't let anyone tell you it's just aging. Don't let them write off your symptoms as normal. Because when your body speaks, you can listen. And when you take the right steps, you can reclaim your sleep, your flow, and your freedom. Number 3, surprise. Your prostate doesn't just affect your body. It doesn't stay in the background. It doesn't suffer in silence. It ripples outward into the parts of your life you thought were safe. It touches your confidence. It tugs at your emotions. It changes how you show up, not just in the bathroom, but in your bedroom, your marriage, even your self-worth. It's not just about urgency or weak flow anymore. It's about the moments you pull away, the times you make an excuse, the kisses that don't happen, the nights you pretend to be tired, when the truth is, you just feel less like a man. And slowly, it begins to steal something bigger, your connection, your closeness, the part of you that still wants to be seen, touched, desired. Narrator, gentle but piercing. Nobody talks about that part. They talk about numbers, they talk about pills, they talk about normal for your age. But no one tells you what it feels like to slowly vanish from your own relationship, to feel like your body is betraying you, to wonder if the best years are behind you, and if what you once had is something you'll never have again. But here's what you haven't been told. It doesn't have to be that way. Prostate health isn't just about avoiding discomfort. It's about reclaiming something powerful. Your desire, your vitality, your ability to give and receive love without shame, hesitation, or fear. Because intimacy doesn't expire. It doesn't have a cutoff date. It doesn't disappear unless you let it. And when you understand how to care for this tiny gland, when you truly support your prostate from the inside out, you don't just protect your health. You protect your connection, your confidence, and the deeply human part of you that still wants to be close. Number 4, red meat, fried foods, dairy pumped with synthetic hormones, sugar in everything from your cereal to your so-called healthy yogurt. They don't just expand your waistline. They do something far more dangerous. They agitate your prostate. They fuel low-grade inflammation, day after day, meal after meal. You don't feel it at first, not after one burger, not after one donut, but over time, the damage accumulates, until your body becomes a pressure cooker, a ticking clock. These foods don't just slow you down, they confuse your hormones, throwing testosterone into decline, spiking estrogen, and raising DHT, the hormone that makes your prostate grow like a balloon no one can see, but you feel every single night. They feed swelling, they fuel pressure, they squeeze your stream shut, drip by drip, night after night, and still, they're everywhere. At your favorite restaurant, in the comfort foods you grew up with, and yes, even in the fridge you thought was healthy. Most men never connect the dots. They blame age or bad luck. They take the pills and eat the poison. And all the while, their prostate pays the price, quietly, until it doesn't. But here's the truth. Just as the wrong foods cause chaos, the right foods can calm the storm. Foods that shrink inflammation like water on a fire. Foods that help your hormones find balance again. Foods that support healthy blood flow, not just for your prostate, but for your energy, your sleep, your manhood. You don't need to suffer in silence. You don't need to rely on pills alone. You have more power on your plate than you think. Eat for relief. Eat for strength. Eat to take your life and your prostate back. Number 5. Here's something almost no one is talking about. Your prostate isn't just about bathroom habits. It's not just about flow or sleep or swelling. Science now shows that when your prostate is inflamed, your brain may be too. Brain fog, anxiety, a creeping sense of sadness you can't explain. You forget things, struggle to focus, feel more overwhelmed than usual. Most men blame it on stress or aging. But what if part of the problem is happening in your prostate? When your prostate is under constant, low-grade attack from hormones, poor diet, environmental toxins, it becomes a factory of inflammation. And this inflammation doesn't stay put. It doesn't respect boundaries. It leaks into your bloodstream, into your nervous system, and yes, into your brain. This isn't theory, it's science. Inflammation has been linked to anxiety, depression, even early cognitive decline. Narrator, emotional. So when your prostate is inflamed, swollen, irritated, it's not just your bladder that suffers. Your thinking gets cloudy, your moods shift, your motivation fades. And no one makes the connection. You get told to take a pill for your mind and another for your stream. But no one ever asks, could it be coming from the same fire inside? This is why so many men feel like they're losing control. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, quietly, alone. But when you reduce that inflammation at the source, when you nourish your prostate with anti-inflammatory foods, herbs, and real hormonal support, something incredible can happen. The fog can lift, the tension can soften. You start to feel like you again. When your prostate suffers, your mind may too. But when you heal one, you just might begin to heal both. Number 6. Low on zinc? Your prostate might not just be struggling, it might be screaming for help. This isn't just some minor mineral you can afford to overlook. Zinc is one of the most critical defenders your prostate has. And without it, you're leaving that walnut-sized gland wide open to inflammation, hormonal chaos, and swelling you can't stop. Here's what no one told you. Zinc directly suppresses DHT, the rogue hormone responsible for most prostate enlargement. It's like a natural brake system. But when your zinc is low, that brake disappears, and DHT goes wild. Suddenly, you're waking up at 3 a.m., struggling to start the stream, dealing with urgency at the worst possible moments, and wondering, why is this happening? The answer might be as simple and as serious as a zinc deficiency. Why? Because your prostate stores more zinc than almost any other organ in your body. When that storage runs dry, the gland becomes vulnerable, inflamed, oversensitive to hormones, and left without one of its most vital protectors. Modern life doesn't help. Highly processed diets, low-quality meat, dairy loaded with antibiotics, even chronic stress, all of it slowly drains your zinc reserves without you even knowing it. By the time the symptoms show up, your zinc may have been dangerously low for years, and your prostate? It's been quietly paying the price the whole time. But here's the good news. This is fixable. Pumpkin seeds. A simple snack that delivers a zinc punch. Oysters. Nature's richest source of this powerful mineral. And if food alone isn't enough, supplements can restore your levels fast. They're small shifts, but with big prostate-level effects. Because when you feed your body what it's missing, your prostate doesn't just survive. It starts to heal. If you're low on zinc, you're not just tired, you're vulnerable, and your prostate knows it. It's time to stop ignoring the quiet signals and start listening before they get louder. Number 7. Maybe you've been too embarrassed to ask. Maybe every time you thought about bringing it up, the words just stuck in your throat. Maybe your doctor waved it off with a tired shrug, a prescription, or a joke, and that was that. Or maybe you haven't said a word. To anyone. Not your partner, not your best friend, not even yourself. Maybe you've just been enduring, swallowing the discomfort, bracing for every restless night, every interrupted stream, every wave of frustration, like it's just the price of aging. But hear this, brother, you are not alone. Millions of men are walking this same path. Men who once felt helpless. Men who were told, just live with it. Men who were dismissed, ignored, laughed at, or worse, told it was all in their head. But they didn't give up. They got curious. They got angry in the right way. And they started learning. And when they did, everything changed. They found healing. They found strength. They found relief that didn't come in a pill bottle, but from knowledge, from natural support, from taking their bodies seriously again. It starts with knowing. Knowing this isn't your fault. Knowing you have options. Knowing this silent battle doesn't have to stay silent. And then, it's just small, smart steps. A handful of changes. Tiny shifts in what you eat, how you move, what you support, and what you stop tolerating. Brother, this is your life, your body, your future. It's time to stop enduring and start reclaiming. So now you know the 7 things they never told you about your prostate. The truths that were buried under embarrassment, brushed off in checkups, or simply never spoken out loud. Which one hit home for you? Which one made you stop and think, why didn't anyone tell me this sooner? Drop it in the comments below. Your voice might be the one that helps another man feel less alone. And if this helped you even a little, help someone else. Like, subscribe, share this video with a brother, a father, a friend who's still suffering in silence. Because aging shouldn't mean decline. It should mean wisdom, strength, and ownership of your health. So let's rewrite the story of aging. One man, one step, one prostate at a time.